Hey,
Ah,
reviews.
back up in here, yo.
How does it end? Justice League Dark Apocalypse War.
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 What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing. Especially when you can change time, like the Flash, like he does at the end of this movie.
Oh, snap. Spoiler.
That's what we're watching, and that's what we're making. So, now, Justice League Dark Apocalypse War is technically the culmination of all these different DC movies that they've been dropping in the last couple of years. Realistically, it's more like a direct sequel to the Justice League Dark animated film that came out. However, it does have all the other plot lines tied in together, especially the Flashpoint. So the Flashpoint one that came out is where Flash decides, hey, maybe my mom doesn't die in the past. He makes sure she doesn't die, changes everything, right? Literally everything. And then when he tries to go back and correct it, he alters this timeline. That's how we got this new version of Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, everything, like the whole shebang. And the whole reason why Darkseid came to Earth sooner than what he does in the originals. And this is just the culmination of that, like I said. So on here, basically what happens, like I said in the beginning, it shows you they try to ambush Apokolips and get Darkseid. Darkseid knows about it, literally kills like over 50% of the heroes, and whoever he didn't kill, he basically enslaves or turns into his little minion. Batman, as you saw right there, is getting tortured. He basically is brainwashing him, and he becomes his like number two.
Number two.
You're gonna like this.
Number two work for.
He gives him a black and red suit.
Of course, that's the best Batman suit you can probably have. I mean, like Batman Beyond.
Not gonna lie, it does look pretty styling in this one. But he's evil pretty much. He basically does Darkseid's will. Basically, it takes out any threats to Darkseid using his superior intellect and
Daddy's Batman.
metronome chair makes him even more intelligent. Basically, gives him like all-knowing like power, basically. Which they actually show Metrone's chair later on. And Metron is like basically they mention him in another film, but he's basically like almost like an all-knowing being type of thing. Like he knows about what happened in creation, what's going to happen. Like he likes to see. He doesn't really try to meddle. He's almost like a Watcher version, but more mischievous. Like he likes to see what's going to tinker. Like he even mentions it to Batman in a previous movie, where he's like, I did not foresee a human such as yourself causing this much strife for Darkseid. You are fascinating. I will pay more close attention to you. So that kind of takes you to where Batman is like the new, kind of like God of Knowledge, which is kind of mentioned in the new comics, but not to that level. So Superman gets liquid kryptonite put in his body, kryptonite S on his chest. He basically is depowered almost the entire film until towards the end, which the ending is pretty awesome. I'm going to do my best to summarize it and not give the whole breakdown, just because I think it would end up taking way too long. But, right? But the gist of it is basically they end up regrouping with all the leftover villains. Lois Lane goes to the place where they keep them, and she rallies them to side with the superheroes because basically just villains left. Yeah. So all the Suicide Squad members basically agreed to help them, and they launch one last attack on Darkseid's planet. Their plan is that while they shoot covert op to Apokolips, they attack these terraforming like lava machines on Earth that basically going to turn the planet into, it's going to burn our molten core and make Earth blow up, basically.
Okay.
So they're attacking those with what they have left over for people, and then Darkseid basically sends the majority of his force to stop them. Now, when he does that, it doesn't really work at first until John Constantine is like, hey, if I can get Swamp Thing to take down one of these, maybe he'll actually send his forces, because he's like, yeah, it's just like, you're just regular people. None of you have superpowers. Because all the people who have superpowers, they more or less took out. So they're not really doing any harm to these devices. So John Constantine like uses his power, like talks to the Swamp Thing, and Swamp Thing's like, "What? They're trying to destroy the Earth. They can't destroy the Green." So he ends up taking down one, and then Batman's like, "Oh, we need to send reinforcements." So they end up sending all the parademons because they think that he's going to try to attack all of them.
Yeah.
So the plan gets kicked into action. They go up to Apokolips, and they meet the primary Justice League members and one of the Teen Titans. So Wonder Woman, who you thought got killed initially, she's like half cyborg Wonder Woman basically. Same thing with John Jones, Mira from Atlantis, Starfire, and Hawkman. They don't show Hawkwoman, which I thought was weird. I'm just gonna assume that she probably got killed because Hawkman literally only has his torso and half of his face.
So she had a lot less left.
Yeah, so they didn't have much to work with there. So, but they're all altered in some like cyborg kind of way or whatever. They come to find out that Cyborg has been fully integrated into the wall of Apokolips and is basically controlling Apokolips. They later on find out the entire thing that's powering Apokolips is the Flash.
That's right.
He has him hooked up to a machine where he's trapped and he constantly has to run to power Apokolips. And if not, then he's basically just going to die. So he's like, have to run, don't want to die, must run. And they like break him out.
That's right. That's a good battery right there.
Exactly. So Darkseid basically dominates the Green Lanterns and kills them all. And he starts to make his way back to Apokolips. Basically what happens is because he shoots an Omega Beam to potentially kill the Justice Leaguers, but it looks like Batman might accidentally get hit by it, Damian Wayne jumps in front of it, gets basically like fried, and it breaks Batman's mind control.
That's right.
There's also some more epic scenes that happen before that. I won't share. I want people to watch this. I don't want to share too much. But basically, that causes Raven, who was holding Trigon, to get released. And John Constantine's like, hey, I'll make a deal with you. Take my magical body, help us kill Darkseid, and everything's going to be cool, right? And then Trigon's like, that sounds good if there wasn't a better vessel here for me to take over. Zoop! And he jumps into Superman's body. In doing so, he pushes out all the liquid kryptonite that was implanted in his body.
Cured.
He's technically cured at this point, right?
Yeah.
So he starts whopping on Darkseid and giving him the business, and everyone's like, fight it, Superman! Don't let him take over your body! If he takes over your body, he's gonna rule the universe! And because he's Superman, he forces him out of his body.
Of course.
Darkseid, a little pissed off about that though, because he was getting business, but he traps Trigon in like some little like sphere thing, and then him and Superman start fighting, and everyone's plan is, hey, Cyborg can literally blow up Apokolips now because he controls it.
Yeah.
Let's get everyone off the planet. And everyone's like, oh, but we don't want Superman to sacrifice because obviously if Darkseid knows that's what's going to happen, he's going to stop him.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, someone needs to distract him. And so Trigon's like, let me do this as one last favor to you, my daughter. I love you. And then she's like, okay. So they let him go. With their powers combined, like he gets a physical body.
Yeah.
So he actually starts fighting Darkseid, distracts him the whole time. They start fighting. Everyone gets off the planet. During all that, though, Constantine makes contact with the Flash, and he realizes all this has happened because of the Flashpoint.
Of course. Flash messing things up.
Just because he wanted to save his mom. Messing up the time stream. So Constantine is like, man, that kind of sucks this all happened because of you. Yeah. But anyways, those two keep fighting. They make it to Earth. Apokolips blows up. Happy ending. Yay. Not really, because literally 80% of the heroes at this point in time, including villains, are dead.
They didn't make it.
Or somehow disfigured horribly, or are like half cyborgs now. Crazy. Constantine and Barry Allen, the Flash, are like looking around, and he's like, you know how you can fix this. You know what you gotta do.
Gotta go back in time.
And Flash is like, but what happens if it still turns out bad? And like John Constantine's like, I mean, can't get much worse than this. Like, literally, like, majority of the Earth is dead, and people were enslaved, killed, murdered. There aren't really any heroes. Darkseid has taken out majority of the universe. Can't be much worse.
Can't.
And he's like, and besides, you'll be there to try to help guide them.
Yeah.
So the Flash runs. Another Flashpoint looks like it occurs, but the movie ends. So it'll be really interesting to see if the next DC movie is going to be based off of this. Like, did they reset it? Yeah. Will they go back off of maybe like where they left off before Flashpoint occurred? Yeah. Who knows? No one really knows at this point. I haven't seen anything mentioned. I think on like the horizon for DC animated movies. I don't know what they have in the pipeline, so it'll be interesting to see where they go from here. It was interesting. I liked it. So yeah, very cool.
What they do next.
See what they do next.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Batman. Oh, the other thing I do want to mention, kind of jacked up. Constantine, for 4 years, thought that he was a little punk, and he let Zatanna die.
He did.
However, Batman being Batman was like, yo, Zatanna, I don't like Superman's plan. What if it doesn't work? Can you cast a spell on John Constantine because like he's ridiculously powerful? He's technically like DC's Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, pretty much for people. So he's like, hey, if his plan doesn't work, we need some super powerful magical person to still be alive. So she cast a spell on him that actually makes him run. But he thought he was just being a little wussy the whole time. He finds out later on though that that's why he did that. So kind of cool, kind of messed up. That's him basically suffering through all the pain and whatnot right there. So awesome film. Definitely check it out. We'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Share it to everybody.
Leave your comments down below. Like to know what you guys think. Any suggestions on what we should review next? We do have some more in the pipeline, but let us know what you want.
You know, Netflix, Hulu, whatever.
Disney Plus,
HBO, any of those movies. Let us know. Apple, whatever it is. Quibi. All that.
Quibbage.
All of that.
Harry Potter.
Let us know. Let us know.
And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.